Yo, what's good? This is Corey, your friendly neighborhood massage technician, and today we're going to finally be going into some foam rolling work through our zodiac series of the body. We are in Leo season. We are in the range of the heart as the organ and the spine as the general region of the body that we'll be working with today. So, for today, I have a couple of tools I'm going to be using for this, should I say, foam rolling work on top of some focus work that we'll be using with the ball and a nice little stretch that we'll be using with our old big old ball. I gotta forgot what it was called. Who cares? Well, y'all know what that is. So again, like I said, doing some focus work with the tennis ball. I'll be showing some work within the rhomboids and doing some work with the foam roller, general foam rolling of the spine and the spinal area. So first, I'm gonna go over some of the nomenclatures of the body that we'll be working with. Then I'll go over these techniques and just relay any other further information that y'all may need to know about doing some foam rolling work with your body and self-massage work in general. So with that, I'm gonna take you on to the body and we'll start with the bones. So in essence, what we'll be working with again is technically the whole back of the spine. I guess this is a good picture to use here. Our spinal area, we have cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum, coccyx. 5 areas of the spine, starting with the cervical up by the top part of the neck, which is 7 bones. We have the thoracic going down here, which I believe is 12 bones. You have the lumbar, which is 5 bones. The sacrum, which is a fusion of bones, but more, I believe, 4 or 5. And the coccyx is like 2 to 4 fused bones together. In essence, it kind of rounds out to about 33 bones. My math could be a little off, but either way, it is what it is. The cervical spine goes out into what you would call a C curve, and the thoracic has a concave, the lumbar has the convex, and the sacrum is more or less concave. And you'll notice how I'll be using that throughout the massage, especially for the stretch that we're using, because I'll be stretching the thoracic spine, mostly opening up the rib area of the body, and using our big old ball to do that type of work, right? So some of the muscles that we'll be working with today, we have one of the bigger major, or actually I'll start with the technically running down the spinal column. We have the erector spinae, which is the muscle that lines the spine from the lumbar, pretty much touching the top part of the pelvis, all the way up to pretty much all the way, it runs all the way up through the cervical up into the neck. So it's a long muscle of the spine, following the spine, if you will, which helps us stand upright as humans. We have our latissimus dorsi, right, which runs down also down by the top part of the pelvis, if you will, and goes all the way up into the broad part of the back, running up this way, and goes into the front part of our arm up here by our bicep. It is the muscle that helps us pull down, or if you say, or usually any pulling motion that runs through the back is going to be associated with latissimus dorsi to an extent, especially pull-ups. Pull-ups is one of the grand muscle movements that you can use with the latissimus dorsi. Of course, like punching or anything that is associated with using your arms to a degree is going to have the latissimus dorsi involved in, of course, bending, or should I say, up from the pelvis, bending up. Yeah, so helps with that motion. We have also, go here, in between our shoulder blades here, we have the rhomboids, called the wings, of our back, which is more or less helping to draw our shoulders back, if you will, in a sense. Again, if you're pulling back, it's helping with this motion as well. I'm going to be doing some focus work there with the tennis ball, so y'all see how I get into that particular area with the tennis ball. And that was the last muscle I wanted to bring attention to. We have the erector spinae, latissimus dorsi, which is running up the entire broadness of the back. And we have our rhomboids, which is in between our shoulder blades, which is, again, the wings of our arms or our back. Yes? So, with that, those are the nomenclatures I wanted to draw your attention to. So we're going to go ahead and run into this foam roller and pretty much just give you a general census of how I use the foam roller over the back, you know, some general movements and how to position yourself to get some good massage work on the back with this foam roller. So let's see if I can get a good position so y'all can see me well. I think that works. Yes, y'all can see the foam roller. You can kind of see my legs. I may have to adjust this camera so you can see how my legs are moving in the process of this. But yeah, so as a start, you know, it is simply using your legs to draw the foam roller up and back, up and down the spine, right? Not too much. If you can see where my feet are, I'm just pulling off of the ground, up and down my back over the foam roller, right? Generally, where you have tension, or most tension for me, as you can see where I'm at, I'm kind of sitting somewhere within the lumbar, in between the lumbar and the thoracic spine. Here's where I tend to find a lot of tension in my back. So if you want, you see how my hands are positioned like so that I'm not like just going all the way up and all the way down, but like it gives me a sense to focus my attention on this general area of the spine. And I can kind of sit in here and do some nice little rolling work. Whew, I do feel it. You feel it? In some ways you can kind of feel, at least for me in my body, as I'm rolling over the back of the spine, the, I guess you call it referral sensations that are running into my abs. And I've been doing a lot of ab work lately, so it's partly why I feel that. And of course, the back, if you will, of the spine and the front of the body are sisters. They're in partnership with each other in a great degree when it comes to our movements, especially of the spine. So that's doing focus work on the, like, between the thoracic and the lumbar spine. Also with the foam roller, again, if you find some general areas that you want to sit into, you know, you can kind of sit and hold there, kind of dig, either by turning left or right. As you see, I'm turning my torso a bit over my back, especially within that lumbar thoracic area. You can use this to help get some relief. And one of my little favorite simple exercises to use, if you see how my feet are here, it's kind of using that C curve of the lumbar to kind of place the foam roller within the lumbar area and lay down over lay down over the foam roller, you kind of suspend your pelvis to a degree, and it kind of gets a little bit of traction in that area. Kind of helps you get some stretch into the pelvis, which I do like this. Kind of sit in here for a little bit and allow your body to stretch. So, yeah, so that's some of the foam rolling work. Again, like I said, you can roll all the way up and down the spine. You can kind of turn off into the side, use your arms a bit if you like to turn into either or side. Going to the left or the right. Use your arm or bracing from the elbow on the forearm on the floor and kind of dig in that way if you like. Or again, like just kind of find a nice little focus area and kind of concentrate your time on simple areas. Also turning side to side, the foam roller. So that's foam rolling work. Tennis ball. This is a softer ball. Of course, you can also use a baseball or a harder ball if you like to get some like real deep tissue work in if you need that. However, if you're a beginner with this type of work, it is definitely best to start soft, and the tennis ball will do more than enough to work out some deep tissue pains. So with that, just want to show you how I use the tennis ball to get into this rhomboids area, because it's definitely a spot that can pick up some tension for sure. So maybe a little harder to see, but I place the ball on the floor and I place my shoulder in between my shoulder blade here, and you can roll up as you can on the ball. Whew, hold on, I'm almost there. Find yourself in the middle of your shoulder blade and your spine, right? It's the there it is. It's the general area that you're looking for, right? And from here, again, this is more of a hold position, so you're not like flowing up and down on the ball itself, just kind of allowing the tennis ball to penetrate the muscles. And as you relax your muscles, the tennis ball goes deeper into the muscles, and you can get into more the finer details of that muscle. So, you can use your arm as a means of like providing a massaging of yourself by the movement of your arm. You can again find different areas within that rhomboid region that can use some good work. For me, like if I'm holding my arm out like so, I can feel referral pains rolling up into my collarbone. It's it is strange, but it definitely feels good as you again just explore, move your arms like you're pulling down, should I say doing the pull-up of sorts. Pull your arm down, move it outwards, moving towards my right arm, moving it down towards the left. Just finding different areas of the rhomboid area that could use some release, right? So that's how. And slowly bring yourself off of the tennis ball. Don't just straight jerk yourself off. That was a bad choice of words. Don't just pull yourself off of the ball, just kind of slowly move yourself off of the ball, and so that you're not causing too much trauma to that particular area of your body. So with that, I just showed y'all how to use the foam roller. Just showed y'all a means of using this tennis ball. Of course, you can find different areas of the body. I was just showing the rhomboids because that's generally an area that tends to pick up some tension, especially rolling up in to getting close to the traps and stuff like that. But you can place that ball at any point of your body and using your upper body as weight, just kind of drop into where you need the most work and have at it. It is definitely a good relief, especially in between massage sessions. So with that, just wanted to show a nice little stretch that you can use to help open up your should I say rib cage a bit and kind of get a stretch for the thoracic spine. As I was mentioning before, there are curves to the spine: cervical this way, thoracic this way, lumbar this way, sacrum is more or less kind of a fused bone in of itself, so there's not that much of a curvature. But for the thoracic, it is this way as you're looking at me in the camera. So when you're sitting down and you're getting used to this position, especially those who are on the computer, and you start to notice the bending over, your thoracic spine is more or less going into its natural curve, if you will. However, it can go too much into its natural curve if you're not using your abdominals to stand you up as you're working on your computer or sitting down in the car or doing whatever it is that is, curving your thoracic spine. So again, over time, that those muscles can atrophy and you kind of get stuck in those positions. So one thing I do know, as a part of yoga, back bend, it can be in of itself, that position, challenging for some people to hold it up because it takes a lot of your body strength to hold the position up like so, the back bend. And really the relief that you're looking for is in your ribs. So using our Buso ball, that's what it is, can do a modified back bend, right? Using the Buso ball with the same hand position as a back bend here, so that you're not taxing your arms and your legs to hold this position up. And you can get some relief within the rib cage by holding this position here and allowing your thoracic spine to stretch into this opposite direction, right? You can definitely feel more oxygen going into the lungs. You can feel the rib cage spreading out. You can feel the thoracic spine curving and stretching. It's very relaxing, and again, not as stressful as holding your body up on your own because you're supported by the Buso ball. So those are all the things I wanted to show y'all today. Again, just going over some nomenclatures of the back of the body, the spine, the erector spinae, the muscles that are holding up the spine, the latissimus dorsi, the major muscle of the back, rhomboids, which is the wings of your arms. We have, those are the main muscles, and of course, the bones of the spine that we went through: the cervical, the thoracic, the lumbar, the sacrum, and the coccyx. We went over some foam rolling techniques, rolling up and down the spine with our foam roller, right? Finding some focus work and working on some general areas with the foam roller, going up and down, turning to the side if we need to get some side work in. You can also do this from the side if you like. Turn out that way. And working with our foam roller, we went over some focus work that we can use, especially on our rhomboids, setting the tennis ball on the general area and sitting in there and finding the pain points and allowing our body to relax into the ball so that it can penetrate our muscles, and we can use our arm as a means of pretty much doing a supportive or indirect massage from the movements of our arm, right? And then stretched out our back with our big old Buso ball opening up our thoracic spine, stretching that out using a modified back bend with the Boussault ball, and allowing our lungs fill up with some air, our ribs to stretch out, our thoracic spine to turn into the other space of itself, if you will, away from the curve in a different direction, so that we are opening it up and providing relief for our back. Yes, yes. All right. So that's it for our massage session for today for Leo season. We will be back come next season, Virgo, of which I will let y'all know what body part that is when I get to it. But that will be in the deeper part of August, coming into September. Y'all will see that video come out, so stay tuned for that. If y'all don't have a Boussault ball, it is probably the best investment that you can make as part of your wellness kit of items, along with this tennis ball, along with the foam roller. So with that, I thank you for listening, and be well.